This is it, a $500 hand. Come on, come on. 99% of gamblers quit before their first big win. Never give up because great things take time. Winners never quit and quitters never win. Never give up on something that you can't go a day without thinking about. We are freaking back. 1K to 10K sports betting gambling challenge part 2 is officially here, baby. Let's go. Now, for those of you who are brand new, this is the legit $1,000 to $10,000 sports betting / gambling challenge where we are going to take $1,000 and bet ourselves all the way up to 10K, go to the Rolex store and get our first timepiece, baby.
Honey.
What's that on your vest?
I call a chandelier.
Now, in case you missed the part 1 of this video, I'll cut you a quick 10-second sob story. It went terribly, okay? Basically threw almost a full $1,000 down the drain. But guess what? I didn't read those quotes for no reason. We are back. We are stronger than ever. We got grandma's Christmas money. We can't lose if we don't give up. Now, the definition of crazy is doing the exact same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. And I ain't crazy. I'm determined. There's a difference. So we are going to change it up a little bit from last time. Now I have 3 new goals, plans, whatever you want to call them, that we are going to implement on this challenge in order to be successful. So step number 1 that we're going to implement, we need goals. A man with no vision is a man with no path. A man without goals cannot get to the destination. This is it. This is the watch. This is the one. It's got a blue face on it. It's gonna make my eyes pop even more. It's just under 10K. It's in the price range. So this Rolex Datejust, this is the freaking goal of this video. So step number 1, we have our goal. Step number 2, we're gonna slow things down. We're gonna go bigger bets, slower pace, bigger games. My initial plan for this is to just bet a little bit bigger wagers on 1 or 2 games here and there and slowly try to build that up. We're gonna go slow. We're gonna go smart instead of just, I know I shouldn't say instead of just gambling because we're gambling, but you guys get what I mean. We're gonna try to be a little bit more tactical, okay? We'll do a couple, you know what I'm saying, a couple little parlays to get things crazy. Primarily, we're really gonna focus on just bigger bets, more solid games, medium payouts. We're not gonna go high risk, but we're not gonna go low. We're gonna be smart here, okay? We're smart gamblers. Rule implementation number 3. I don't remember what rule number 3 was, but if I remember, I'll tell you at the end of this video. But first things first, Grandma, we need to go deposit your Christmas money and get the betting app's account balance filled. So first things first, I deposited the money into the account. DraftKings was doing a bonus where they would match up to 20% of your deposit. So I deposited $850. 20% of that is $150. So we have $1,000 worth of bets in the account. Now, I also completely switched up on my idea and changed my strategy. And here's why. If I bet on the favorites to win, the odds are really not good. So let's say I'm betting $500 on a team favorite to win. Really, with that $500, the most I can make is $100 to $200. And eventually those favorites will lose and they will get upset, and then that is just going to completely destroy my balance. So we're basically going freaking Wild West here. We're sending everything. So I've just placed my first couple bets. Today is Saturday. There's only 2 games on tonight. I just went crazy with a bunch of random parlays. These are my top 2 for the night. I have about 6 parlays going out tonight. I'll put them up on the screen. Prayers up. Day 1 challenge has officially started. We are out here tonight, Saturday Night Football. Weird saying that out loud. Usually it's Sunday. But folks, this is where I'd like to bring you in real quick. Bring it in. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. To say a lot has gone down the past 2 weeks would be an absolute understatement. I can't even begin to explain to you the sequence of events that have taken place. The last update was I just put in my initial picks. I'm going to call this round 1 of my bets, and I went absolutely berserk with the parlays, which was the complete opposite of my game plan at the beginning. Literally every single one of them missed except for one. Thank God it hit because it completely saved the balance. It completely saved the whole challenge. The challenge has been in jeopardy multiple times, and I'll get to it here in a second, but this was jeopardy number 1.
They don't want us to win.
After this, I believe I was floating around the $600 to $700 range. Now, we were still down, but $600 to $700, we can still do this. So that was round 1. Moving on to round 2, I went absolutely crazy on the Bills-Dolphins game, and not a single one of my bets hit. And at this point in time, now I'm down to roughly about $350, $400 left in the balance. The challenge again is in jeopardy. That brings us to round number 3, where I went absolutely crazy again with parlays and all these crazy bets on the Texans game, and not a single flippin' one hit. Not a single bet hit. And at this point in time, I'm legitimately thinking to myself that I might be the worst sports gambler in the history of sports gambling. Like, legitimately, I've had one hit out of probably 40 bets at this point. And I'm not gonna lie, my morale was low. I wasn't feeling too good. But what did I do? First thing I did is I went back and looked at some of those quotes from the beginning of this video. And what's the second thing I did? My back was against the ropes. I had $129 left in the balance, and I sauced up the greatest, most nastiest, beautiful parlay in the history of parlays. And I turned my last $129 into $683. Now, wait a second, folks. We got a chance now. We're slowly fighting back. And so what did I do again? The next day, I sauced up yet again the nastiest, juiciest, cleanest parlay that you will ever see. And I turned $250 into $590. And at this point, we just went from $129 all the way up to $1,200 plus. The challenge is alive. The challenge is ready. We are firing on all cylinders here, okay? And so what did I do again? I sauced up another absolute nasty, cleanest, most profitable, most likely to hit, whatever you want to call it, parlay in the history of the game. And then guess what? I accidentally bet on the same bet twice. And then I accidentally bet my whole balance on it, legitimately on accident. And guess what happened? Guess what it did?
No, he doesn't make it. Wide right.
It didn't hit. I completely just blew up the entire account. I didn't even mean to do this, and I was locked in, and I needed Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes each to throw like 12 more yards. Each of them, just throw 12 more yards. And the Bills kicker missed a chip shot field goal. Game ended. Now I have $44 left in the account. And so that brings me to here, ladies and gentlemen. This story is either going to get really good, really bad, or just be a C- story that you'll never remember for the rest of your life. Now I'm in a predicament. I'm not much of a quitter. I'm determined. And so there's 3 ways to do this. The first way is we throw an absolute Hail Mary with the last $44. It probably won't hit. We call this challenge a wrap and I never gamble again, which is probably the best out of these scenarios. Or part of me deep down inside wants to go pull out one last $500, go find some sketchy online blackjack site and go play one $500 hand. One. If it hits, we double the bankroll, we're still alive. If it misses, I'm really sad. And if we push, that's it. It's ball never lies, it's meant to be. That's how it's supposed to go down. I just took this L about 20 minutes ago, so I'm not gonna make an emotional decision. We're gonna have to figure this out. And so I'm gonna sleep on it, and hopefully in the next clip, I'm not putting $500 on one blackjack hand in some sketchy random website. Well, I never thought I would be here. God, I'm sitting here watching, and I've watched like 2 hands, and this dealer is just absolutely crushing them. So I guess here goes nothing for everybody who wanted this. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe, because I really need it right now. I can't believe I'm doing this. So let's go. Let's take a seat. One big one. I don't even know what I'm doing. Here we go. Come on now. This is it. I don't even know what I'm doing. Am I doing this right? Come on, give me an ace. Come on. Oh, it's the last shoe. 10, 18. We'll take an 18. Oh no, dealer has 10. Please, no. No, dealer has a 9. Small. Big one. That was the most unclimactic $500 I've ever lost, and the fastest $500 I've ever lost in my entire life.